to Komla Kluche, who's been speaking with Mr. Seth Abloso, who is a labor expert on the whole brouhaha that has arisen as a result of the amount we are told was being paid to the CEO of COCOBOD, the former.
Revelation by the newly appointed board chairman of the Ghana Cocoa Board, Mr. Hackman Oswajiman, that he is going to review the salary of the CEO of the Cocoa Board and other directors. That of the CEO has come under scrutiny after some 70,000 cedis is supposed to be what he earned, as his monthly salary has come under review. What determines the salaries of the CEOs or top management of state institutions such as the Cocoa Board, TOR, and the other ones? Seth Abloso is a labor consultant. He joins us. Yeah, very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Now, what determines the salary of a CEO of a state enterprise like Cocoa Board or TOR?
Well, thank you. Several factors go into determination of remuneration. For instance, the standing of the organization, what targets are set, and the qualification with which a particular appointee comes. Yes, and sometimes there is a fixed package to a position. Others too are negotiated on the basis of what qualification the appointee brings to meet set objectives. Yeah.
And these qualifications, this target and order, looking for instance at the position of the Cocoa Board chief executive. We know Cocoa Board, so to speak, is a cash cow for the government, meriting some 70,000 cedis that's making rounds now. For you, do you think it's justified?
It's huge, but certainly in determining that, what it means is that the factors that have gone into it include the earning of the organization. But it's important to recognize that as a state institution, it has obligations operating along commercial lines to pay dividend to government. To what extent, the question then arises, to what extent has Cocoa Board been fulfilling this obligation to the states? Then we look at what the salary of the very top is vis-a-vis that of other members of staff in the organization. And in fact, within the whole cocoa chain, because otherwise, the a state organization acts actually like a vampire. To what extent are the farmers earning from their produce? How much of their produce comes back to them after the sale? What benefits do they have? At the end of it, is it worth getting into cocoa farm at all? So these are the issues that come up into sharp focus, that I think that this revelation by the incoming chairman of Cocoa Board has generated, and we need to look at it, in fact, holistically. What goes into cocoa production? What goes into marketing? And the Cocoa Board has a mandate to do, is a sole organization that has to do that. That if it determines at what price cocoa farmers are paid, are they getting value for their produce, so to speak?
No. There's an impression also out there that, taking for instance Cocoa Board on one hand, taking for instance TOR on one hand, GIPC on one hand, all these state enterprises and state institutions, the impression out there is that the salary is not the same across, but there's a vast disparity of the salary of, say, the chief executive of the Ghana Cocoa Board as against that of the GIPC or TOR or the others, you would agree it's a valid concern as some of the people raise?
It's a valid concern, but I think we don't need to look at the salary alone. For instance, if 70,000 is quoted, is it the total package for the month? Because somebody might be earning less than that, but as other related benefits, which when put together, when you quantify in monetary terms, it may be close to the 70. Yeah. So I think it's important to look at the total package that is given.
But looking at this disparity and the concerns that this people have raised in terms of the disparities and all that, would you agree that it contributes to a very large extent to labor unrest within the same organizations?
All right, so that's Komla Kluche in that interview with Seth Ablo. So he is a labor expert.